Now you can hear us. Hello, everybody. We're live. Another Sunday night, hanging out with you, and we're happy to do it. I hope you guys watched our interview from yesterday, where we talked to Thrilljoy, Brian Mariotti. Carissa was there. Lovely live, lovely people. Great to chat with them.
Lovely live? You mean lovely interview?
A lovely interview. Sorry, lovely interview. I know this is a lovely live too, Heather. A lovely interview, lovely people, and really glad that we were able to have the opportunity to do that. If you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch it. Obviously, it's still up there, and it's like 40-some minutes long. It's not too crazy. Listen to it while you're in the shower, while you're pooping. Listen to it while you're making dinner. Go and take a listen to that. I think it's really great. And also, there's some upcoming Thrilljoy preview items, or items that are previewed in that interview that you can't see anywhere else. So thank you to Brian, Carissa, and Thrilljoy. By the way, what an outing yesterday for Thrilljoy and Rocky Moto. Funmaker Mike is out there killing it. Brian Mariotti, and obviously those two guys, in the incredible minds behind Funko at one point in time. And you know, Brian Mariotti purchased the company from Mike Becker. Mike Becker had started it, and then it moved to Brian Mariotti, and then Brian Mariotti eventually, you know, comes up with the whole Funko Pop thing and sort of gets away from the wacky wobblers or the bobblehead things, and changes the game. I mean, if you look at it, these two guys are what made collectibles what they are today. All the hype that we talk about. Just having a little piece of nostalgia, or just your favorite movie, right? I remember what got me started was Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what got me into collectibles.
And mine was waiting in line for all of your crazy pops that you wanted.
Yeah.
And then I purchased my first pop. It was the Demiguise from Fantastic Beasts, which is really bizarre because it's just a really weird... Like, it's not like Fantastic Beasts is one of my favorite movies of all time or anything.
One of your favorite Funko Pops ever, right?
It's really cute. It's what drew me to it is that it's like translucent. It's like invisible.
Was it Amazon?
Yes, I got it on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
And when I opened it with a ballpoint pen, and it has a pen mark right on the top of the pop.
Right. Well, you continue to do that over the years, and you would try to open boxes with a ballpoint pen, but I just like to call that the Heather magic touch, because that's what you do. That's how you roll.
It is.
By the way, look, some big news. We're going to talk about the whole Funko thing and WonderCon. We're going to brush over WonderCon a little bit. I sort of want to save what happened at the convention sort of for this week's content. So we'll talk in depth about Rocky Moto. We'll talk in depth about Thrilljoy, obviously. We want to talk about all these guys. So I think that we're going to have some really good videos coming your way. But in addition to all of this nonsense and Funko having a problem with us, which we're going to talk about, which is the main topic of this live, is AwesomeCon. So AwesomeCon is next week, next weekend. So a week from today, we will be packing up and getting out of AwesomeCon, which is it's going to be a wild time. I'm really excited about it. We have some really fun stuff lined up for everybody who comes out to see us, come and see the booth. We actually set up today the backdrop and the backdrop. Heather killed it with the backdrop, working with our artist.
Well, technically Noelle killed it, but I was the one who ordered it. But, oh my god, talk about nerve-wracking. So, at AwesomeCon, we have a 10x10 booth. And if you don't remember, or you just have no idea, we had a 10x10 at New York Comic Con 2023. Okay, so I have this, it's really an incredible thing. It's like an accordion. It folds up to be about like this big.
About this big around.
Yeah, about like this.
Smaller,
it's like a rectangle thing. But when you pull it apart,
you stretch it out.
It's 10 by 10. Like 10 feet by 10 feet. It's huge.
Yeah.
And I remember during New York Comic Con, as I was packing it up, I think I like broke a couple of little pieces on that thing. Like, I think when we fully set it up, we're going to see it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure, like, we got the backdrop in months ago. It's just been sitting in our dining room. And, goodness, when we got it in, I should have tested the
backdrop
frame part of it because I didn't want to buy another one from the manufacturer since we already had one, and they're incredibly expensive because they're metal. And I'm so grateful that it worked because I was going to be panicked if it didn't.
Yeah, we attached the backdrop to this big metal frame thing that Heather's talking about. It all worked out really well. So we are officially ready for the show. We were very concerned about that backdrop, but it all worked out, everybody. So be excited. I hope that you guys can make it. I think AwesomeCon is going to be amazing, and I'm really excited about meeting new fans, people at the convention who may have never heard of Mischief Toys, but we're bringing all sorts of stuff, guys. We're bringing this zombie figure, which is the Uncle Ghastly zombie, which is one of, I would say, the most detailed figures that we've ever dropped. It is an incredible figure, incredible box, pins, hats, t-shirts. Not only that, we might even be packing in some random stickers as well. We're talking about that as well. So maybe some sticker packs as you guys love. We might have some of those available, but no promises on that yet. And then we're going to have an extra figure that is from an upcoming release, but we're going to call this one first to market.
Yeah, and we don't know when it'll be released, so you might be the only people who have it if you purchase one for a very long time. We don't know. So this is very exciting. We're really excited.
For those who bring their Coven coin, you're going to get like a very special item as well, something that's specific to this convention. I think you guys are going to love it. But I would also like to talk about this. So I got a frame today.
For something very special.
I framed that brand new picture that we are going to be putting up for sale tomorrow, everybody. It's going up for sale tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. This is done by who, Heather?
Jason Thomas, and you can find him on Instagram at Jason Thomas Artwork. This thing is so incredible, and I am thrilled with how it came out. So we work with a local printing company, and they have just been so phenomenal working with us. We really, really, really love the quality of what they do. They're the same people that printed the Vertebrae 33 print for New York Comic Con for us, and I'm just really thrilled with the quality.
Yep.
Because, I mean, I've never really used a print company before, really, before this. So, like, for example, for Night of Mischief, was it 2023? We got these, like, big posters printed.
Yeah.
And, like, we got them at Walgreens.
Yep.
And when I was researching print companies, I was like, man, what if, like, our prints come out looking like those dumb posters that we had for Night of Mischief that one year? Because they were, like, sort of pixelated and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, even though we sort of had them sized properly.
It looked terrible.
So I was like, man, if this is what it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to, like, ask some people some things. But thank goodness I found this company. I mean, they are just phenomenal. Now, they're more than just, like, going into Walgreens and having something printed, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was, like, so concerned. But the quality is just
stunning. It's a stunning poster.
World.
So tomorrow, make sure you go and get yours. There's only 60 of them available. Only Funko fans. Are there limits per person at the con for the new figures dropping? We're doing 2 per person for both figures. But if you have a friend that's coming, you know, have them come up and talk to us, and we'll make sure that you get all the things that you're looking to pick up. So we're going to try to help as many people who can't come to the convention as we can. Obviously, we want to make sure that we have stuff available for people who are actually at the con. But we definitely want to make sure that, people who are at home, if they have a friend that's there, that they come and help them out. We're not going to put these up on the website. So we want to make our con exclusives very special. And we're kicking it off with this first figure, which again is probably, I would say this is my favorite figure. I love the old zombie figure so much. It's classic zombie, but I love this figure.
He's so good.
It's so perfect. And being that we're in DC, like, it just fits the aesthetic.
It really does.
It fits the convention.
And let's talk about the merch. So we have a stunning shirt.
Yeah.
An incredible hat. I love the hat. On the back, it says Mischief Toys and there's like blood dripping from it. It looks so good. The backdrop is phenomenal. The coven piece we have, oh my god. We have
lanyards as well.
We do. We have lanyards. We're doing something a bit different with another item. But I don't want to talk about it just yet because I'm just the mass production may not allow us to put it up for sale until after the convention, possibly.
Yeah, so we're not going to talk about that right now, but let's just say that when you guys come to AwesomeCon, if you're able to come to AwesomeCon, we're going to have a lot of really fun things going on, a lot of excitement. We might even have a prototype of this guy there that we will somehow find a way in which to give away.
It's not that we will have a prototype of this guy.
Okay, I didn't know we finalized that. So we will have a prototype there as well. So you might win one.
Yeah, what's really cool about it is it's a semi-color prototype. So it's really funny. I don't know why they chose to do it this way. Because most of the time, if you guys don't know, we get color prototypes from time to time where they don't do the full paint application. They just apply they would apply let's say the hat color without the blood on it, or his face color without the face on it, and they just want to make sure that we like the colors and how they go together because our artists, at least Noelle does, we do need to get them for our other artists too, but she has this incredible book of all of these colors, so she sort of picks and chooses what colors they should be, because when you look at a screen and it's on your computer but you look at it on a piece of paper, the colors could be worlds different because of the settings on your computer screen or whatever. You might have a cooler computer screen or a warmer computer screen, so seeing it on paper helps our artists a lot. But even the transition from paper to vinyl is a little bit different.
It's tricky.
So, yeah. So, sometimes we'll get these samples and we're like, do we really want to do them these exact colors? Most of the time, I would say 9 out of 10 times it's perfect.
Absolutely, I agree.
But there are some times where we're like, oh, this could be a little bit different. So, we'll find a new color and switch it up. But anyway, it's a semi-color prototype. It basically has his legs are colored and the rest isn't. And I didn't understand why that particular proto just had that, but I'm thrilled with it and I love it.
Yeah, it's great. It looks like just 2 legs walking around, but I'm probably going to hide a proto in one of their boxes at random, and then when you purchase, you'll have to check inside your box. So we'll do something fun like that. So make sure you come to the booth, pick up your stuff, help out your friends, we hunt together, do all the things, right? So make sure you come and see us. It's going to be a super, super blast, and I can't wait for everybody to see our mystery figure as well. And so, Michelle, I did see that your comment about make sure we have Coven stuff for Day of Mischief. I can promise you, my friend, that we are going to be stacked. You are going to be stacked. So we'll have more information about Day of Mischief coming very soon for you guys to, and updates on when you're buying tickets and stuff like that. So just stay tuned. I promise we're getting everything squared away. Again, just always remember this, and because I just keep this in mind. There's only 2 of us, so we're always trying, and it's actually really come down to one of us. I mean, Heather has been working pretty much everything, And the reason for that is that I've been so busy with one, Gastlecast, and also my day job has been killing me. So Heather's sort of been managing everything on her own, which I feel horrible about, but she's been killing it. So we are going to get all this data out to you like ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP, okay? So we promise we'll have something soon. John B, love the video with Brian Mariotti. Excited to see what Thrilljoy has coming. Completely agree with you.
Same.
Zombie Monkey, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say we have been like so thrilled to like...
Enjoyed
to put this video out. I mean, we were so honored to be asked to do that. I mean, they had asked us quite a while ago, like, hey, would you guys want to do an interview before WonderCon? And we didn't really say too much, but we saw the things that that they had announced in interviews over a month ago.
Something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's been so.
We'll get to why Funko's mad. Go ahead.
It's been so hard. Now, I mean, obviously, I know it has to be quiet, but it's been so hard to keep it quiet because as soon as I saw what they had coming, I was just like screaming at them. I was like, this is incredible. Like, you guys are doing what the fans want you to do. Like,
this is what the fans are looking for.
Yeah,
they're looking for a new experience.
Yeah, can you fucking talk about this right now because it's so exciting. Like, you guys are just going to excite so many people. And I wanted to like scream it from the rooftops, but I knew I couldn't, and the reception to it has been so exciting. I love seeing when things happen, even if we couldn't physically be there. I loved seeing the panel live on Instagram. I loved seeing all of the excitement online. Like, that, it just makes me happy. It makes me excited for collecting again, because I feel like the spark has sort of like been lost. Like, you know, there are days where I look at my collection and I'm like, you know, I really want to box some of this stuff up and just like, I'm like sort of done with it. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't bring me the same excitement as it used to. Not all the pieces, but some. And this has really...
You're talking about Funko.
Yeah. This, seeing all this excitement and, you know, all of this chatter online has made me really excited.
Me too. I know.
Like
I think it's great.
Like, I feel like I'm feeling Funko burnout, and I don't want to.
Right. Well, we'll get into that. So, Zombie Monkey asked if our apparel will be up online on the website after the show. I think that we most likely will do that. It's just that the figures won't make it, and I don't think like pins and stuff. We'll have that stuff available both at conventions and also Day of Mischief. We most likely will have some leftovers available there if you want them. If you didn't get them, I'm sorry, and you want to pick them up. So just keep that in mind. Day of Mischief is going to also have a lot of stuff available, and it's going to be great. It's going to be an excellent show. So more information coming about Day of Mischief very soon. So let's get into it. Let's talk about WonderCon. So as kind of, you know, riding off what Heather was just saying, Thrilljoy did a really, really great job. Heather watched the live. I didn't watch the live. I was still editing the interview, believe it or not. But I heard what was going on. Heather shared photos with me with what was going on, and it looked really great. So big shout out to Thrilljoy, and a big shout out to Rokimoto, aka Funmaker Inc. They all did such a great job, and I love seeing that we're going to have parties coming back, events coming back to the convention. San Diego Comic-Con. I think that is amazing. You know, when Heather and I got into Mischief Toys, it was like, well, we also want to do events, right? And we're so small. We don't come in to this stuff like these other guys, right? So Brian Mariotti and Mike, they have a little bit more know-how. They have probably a little bit more capital in order to put some things together, whereas Heather and I are just two random Joe Schmoes and Jane Schmo who sit behind a camera on YouTube, make stupid videos, and don't make a whole lot of money off of that. So we had to kind of dig into our own pockets to figure out how we were going to do this stuff. Luckily, the pin sales at the very beginning helped Mischief Toys in a big way, and thank you to everybody. And Patreon was a big help for Mischief Toys. So Mischief Toys is sort of like the dorky, the cool little brother the cool little brother to all these companies, right? So I think with the, Thrilljoy and Rokimoto doing well, that'll help little guys like us and help us, grow and do some cool things. And I got some really cool things up my sleeve, and I think, and Heather actually, if you guys just saw what we have come up with for New York Comic Con, your friggin' heads would explode. If you saw what Heather has come up with, it is hands down one of the wildest things I've ever seen in my damn life. She came up with this wild ass figure. I can't wait for you guys to see it, but you have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. So let's talk about Funko and why they're mad at us. So we got word from insiders, from friends and stuff. There was a lot being said about Gastlecast at WonderCon, and which is interesting because, we are such a small channel. We don't get a lot of views. We aren't out there, running around with microphones and going to these events and playing things up like that. We just don't do it. Sometimes I don't even really see ourselves as influencers, more so to goofs that are on YouTube, right? So the way that I look at it is I'm a big long form story content sort of person. That's what I like. So when we sit in front of the camera every night and we have our laughs and we joke and then we talk about the real meat of everything, which by the way, somebody recently was mad that we have like humor in it and all that, which is interesting because I feel like that is what would really draw somebody in. And a lot of fans have told us that our comedy or humor is what drags them in. But that's kind of what we do. We're not like all these other guys. So what we hear through the grapevine is that Funko is basically saying in a nutshell that we... Thank you, Picky Farmer. That's right. We are the cool little brother. But basically what they're saying is that we're too negative and that they wish that, or they want us to tone down negativity. I find that to be a very interesting comment. And I noticed, so I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I'm going to be. And Heather might not like my conspiracy theory, but I have noticed recently, now there's a couple of names that always make sense to me why they are hateful and mean and stuff. But I've noticed a lot of people sort of out of the blue lately, especially was it last week or the week before, where people were just being really horrible to us. And I'm not saying that it's Funko, but something's very strange about it that happened. And I'm not, allegedly, there's something weird going on there. And I don't know what it is and why all these negative forces are attacking us. And it almost feels like there's something going on that we're just not aware of yet. But that's okay because we can survive. Heather and I have always survived. We're like roaches. When a nuclear bomb drops, we survive always. But the fact that Funko is telling people that we need to be more positive and everything is wild. Because what that tells me is that maybe they are hurting and they really need people. They need people like us to just shut up. And if Funko had watched our content recently, I think they would have noticed that we aren't negative that much anymore. And we actually have been advocating for them. And when we are being like harsh, it typically has everything to do with comedy. It's infused with comedy. And if somebody is unable to see that, I don't know what to tell them, right? I have no idea what to tell them. But if Funko is looking at us, this little tiny microscopic nothing of a channel in comparison to all of the YouTube content and creators that are out there, to look at us and to say you guys are a problem and we need to snuff you out, or maybe not snuff you. I'm going to get to the snuffing out part here in a second.
Oh,
I'm going to.
It's
but we
really
need to,
fucked up.
we need
Are you
to,
sure you
yeah,
want to say?
100%.
Okay.
We're going to snuff you out. Now, this is all allegedly, and I'll keep saying allegedly because I did not hear it. I'm only being told things, and it's through the grapevine.
Well, when you're told things by more than 1, 2, 3 people, unless those 3 people, 4 people, 5 people are getting together and saying, hey, we're gonna like fuck with the Gastlecast and we're gonna tell them this, which they wouldn't do because we know these people, it's probably not alleged.
Well, I'm saying allegedly because I didn't hear it. So so I don't think they're watching what we're doing. I think that they believe that we're a problem, or they're watching our video and they're misunderstanding it or miscommunicating. Thank you. Heather cut my hair today. She killed it. And I posted a video online today. Thank you.
Thanks, Skylar.
About my new hairs. So what they're doing now, allegedly, from what we understand, allegedly, what we're being told allegedly, well, we were told this, but allegedly this is what they're saying, that I guess the folks that they work with that are like influencer types will not or should not work with us in any way, shape, form, or capacity. So in other words, another influencer that works with them cannot work with us. They could not promote our stuff. Which I think might go as far as like they can't promote Mischief toys, because I think that connectivity there would mean that they're not allowed to or something. I don't know. But what it sounds like to me is that we're being cut off like completely. And here's the reality, okay? And I'm speaking from a place where I've been doing this. Heather and I have been doing this for 7 whole years. 8 years? We've been doing this since what, 2017?
Almost 8 years. It'll be
almost 8 years.
It'll be 8 years in
August. So we've been doing this for 8 years. Not once has Funko ever reached out to us. And I'm not saying I want them to. I'm saying not once have they ever reached out to us. Now, the only time, let me rewind. They did reach out to us in the form of coming over to us at New York Comic Con, which they were very nice. We were very nice to them because we have no reason not to be nice. Had a great conversation. They walked away. Since then, I would say that we have been pretty great about Funko. I think that we have mentioned where our problems lie with things that they're doing, that we point things out that we think could be better. People, so let's stop there too. People pay for that. People pay to find out what is being said about their product. We're being very clear and transparent about this stuff. Of course, maybe not as transparent when we're being humorous or trying to joke or trying to be funny, but we're pretty clear about how we feel about these things. And
it's not always just how we feel. We also read comments of people online who are saying the same things that we're saying in videos.
So here's the thing. I'll tell you one thing that I really like. And so a lot of people might have questioned, but I didn't see anything yet. Why are you guys going to work with Thrilljoy? And what brings you there, right? Because we used to joke a lot about Brian Mariotti in the past, and, you know, we had fun with that. And, you know, we were shitheads and stuff like that. The reason why I like Thrilljoy so much is that Thrilljoy is doing what they believe in, and when they hear that change needs to happen, they make it happen. So in other words, they're not making the same mistake over and over and just falling flat on their face over and over. They heard your feedback. They heard our feedback. I told Brian at New York, here's what I'm thinking about these things. They've pivoted and completely changed, right? I mean, not completely, because they're keeping their product the same for the most part, but they're introducing new things to answer the fan base. And to me, that's like all you could ask for from a collectible toy company. That's incredible that he's willing to do that. And I am going to fully back Thrilljoy, and I can't wait to talk about Thrilljoy in a larger sense, because right now it's so new that it's hard to spend every single day talking about Thrilljoy and discussing it. Funko does something every day, so therefore, you know, we can talk about Funko every day. But it's sometimes it's hard to even do that. But the fact that Funko is angry with us or wants us to tone it down, which, by the way, if Funko, if you're watching this, and maybe you are, you can totally reach out to us, and we would love to have a conversation with you about it. I really want this heat to be taken away, because I really don't believe that is fair. That, and by the way, here's another thing. No one has ever worked with us. I don't think, maybe in the past, like probably in our first couple of years. But as of like the last 5 years, no one is working with us in terms of influencers. We're not working with any of these people. I'm not out there looking for anybody. Sidekick Inc. we have a good relationship with. And he's done some things for Mischief Toys.
But having a good relationship with somebody doesn't mean that we're, you know, scheduling to go live with other people or creating content with other people. Now, is this something I'm against? Fuck no. I would love to work with other people, but the fact of the matter is, our schedules are so busy that it's just hard for us to connect with other people. And additionally, like, we know who we are.
Uh-oh.
And we are...
Hold on, we have a hater. So RC says, excuse me, they are surprised that Funko is mad at them because of how toxic they can be.
No, well, let them...
No, hold on. Is that Funko?
It might be.
Is that Funko?
Okay.
Sir, RC, I don't know who you are, sir or ma'am. You obviously don't want to watch our content. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Go back and watch a couple of our videos, and then come back and you tell me where I've been toxic, because that's totally untrue. We have only been, as far as I'm concerned, we have only been honest, sometimes brutally honest, and also having fun and being funny. You try making a video every single day. It's a tough deal. And so the only way in which to do that is for Heather and I to have a good time, joke, banter, have fun while we're doing it. And that's, for me, is the most important aspect of all the things that we do.
Yeah.
Is having fun while we're doing it.
I mean, frankly, like, I don't care about views. I don't care about likes. I don't care about any of that, which is what, like, there were some comments when people were being, like, shitty to us a couple weeks ago, where people would say, well, you know, they don't get views, and they're upset that they don't get views, and they this and they that, and they think that they're hitting us where it hurts, but it doesn't hurt, because I don't do this for views. I do this because I find it interesting. I enjoy collecting. I collect Funko. I buy Funko products fairly regularly, and for someone to think that we hate Funko is obscene.
Yeah.
We don't agree with a lot of things that go on at Funko. We don't think that going public was what they should have done. They were a collectible company, and you can't be a collectible company and also be like a multi-billion-dollar company. So, you know, they're becoming a toy company, and if I'm hateful about that, it's because I'm frustrated that I feel like I can't necessarily collect their product like I was. Now, I mean, I can, but it's just not the same thrilling experience we had like 5 years ago collecting Funko. And it's unfortunate. I really enjoyed it. That's such a big part of our lives. I mean, Chris and I have been together for 10 years, and we've been collecting for 10 years together. So, you know, it makes us frustrated that they're making these moves, and they have been making these moves for quite some time now, that just don't make sense to collectors. Now, does it make sense from a business standpoint? Yeah, maybe some of it, but they're also turning off their core collectors in the process.
Well, they did that. They started doing that a while ago, and we said back then. So I always like to say that Heather and I were like the warning signal a long time ago, and people always called us haters and said that we're shit and all that stuff. And it's really interesting to me that we get that sort of response, which makes me think there's something weird going on. Like this RC person, somebody said it's Cynthia Williams' burner account. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm like,
that's funny.
That's hilarious, but I don't know like how far from the truth that really is. Allegedly, I don't know what is really going on here. But to basically cut us completely out and say, well, influencers, you can't work with them, which, you know, that's fine by me, but to go that far with it is really bizarre to me. I mean, considering who they are. And by the way, let's just be clear about this. If we weren't advocates for Funko, because I'm talking to you, we wouldn't have a room full of Funko product. I mean, a Funko product everywhere inside this room, right? And we've collected for many, many years. So to suggest that we're not fans and that we hate Funko is so stupid. The other day, in fact, during the drop, the WonderCon drop, do you think I sat there and watched how many things were selling out? I went on and bought my things, and I got off the website. I didn't care about sellouts. I didn't give a shit. I just wanted the things that I wanted. I bought it. Heather got mad at me because she had already had a friend help us out at the convention, but still, that doesn't matter. I was excited that I got the things I wanted, and it made me feel good that I was getting my stuff. Now, hearing this type of news makes me think, should I really sit around and talk about Funko anymore? Do I really? So I guess I guess what I'm saying is that Funko is, no matter what happens, it could be, we're here throwing fireballs at them every day. They're still being talked about, meaning that people are still going to hear about Funko, and then more or less they're probably going to go out and buy the product. So we have been doing that. I would suggest, okay, and I know this for a fact, and I think I'm allowed to say this at this point, but we used to have a deal with a company that is no longer around, and we could see that how many people were buying from this company by using a little code that we were handing out, because Heather worked for that company. And so seeing the amount of people that was buying Funko products tells me that we were helping them sell their product, if we were haters or not. Like, we were doing the job of a Funko influencer or a Funko YouTuber. We were doing all of that. So it's really interesting, I guess, allegedly, that they're trying to cast us out and all that. But I don't care. It doesn't bother me. And I think that a company of their size should not be worried about a little YouTube channel like ours. I think they really should be worried about how they can manage and please the fans.
I think they should worry about a YouTube channel like ours. And the reason they should worry about a YouTube channel like ours is we're not just two fucking idiots sitting in front of a camera that don't know what they're talking about. We are not only two collectors of their products and of many collectibles, but we're also two people who run a toy business. And I feel like we are incredibly fair in our assessments.
A micro toy business, by the way.
Yeah, it's very tiny.
In comparison,
especially in comparison to Funko.
Right, sure.
But
by the way, thank you for all the positive comments. I appreciate that.
The fact of the matter is, we can see things as collectors as well as business owners. And, you know, we will never be on Funko's level, ever. But we have been incredibly...
Well, no, don't say never. Don't say that.
We have been incredibly fair in our assessments, and we've actually defended them multiple times for business decisions we've made, because while collectors may not like everything, in a business setting, a lot of their moves do make sense. And I feel like, you know, that's something that the average collector may not know about. But we're a very unique channel in that way. And not only that, but when we do criticize them, I would say like 9 out of 10 times, we tell them what they should do to fix whatever issue it is that we are seeing.
Right. I mean, we're saying it from a perspective of, this is what the fans want to see. I'm not saying that Funko would ever have to listen to us and then just...
No, but...
You know, I just feel like it makes us look like humongous assholes to say that. Be like, oh, well, if they just listen to us, everything would be fine.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be that person.
But we have been collecting for long enough to know what collectors want. We pay attention to social media, multiple forms of social media. Their social media, we follow a lot of Funko news accounts and read comments there. We're in a ton of collecting Facebook groups. We are a pretty good judge of what people want to see from Funko in general. And I feel like they should, rather than saying, screw you guys, shut the fuck up, they should say, you know what? Maybe
they're onto something.
They're onto something, yeah. I mean, I do this. I mean, maybe this is like crazy, what crazy people do, but we pay attention to the social media, and we create content based off of what we're seeing, and we're taking people's comments and voicing them on camera.
But because it gives it a louder voice, right? Because if somebody leaves a comment on Disc Trackers, Funko may or may not look at that, but we're here on the video, we're talking about it, we make jokes and about what people are having to say. We're not always on the side of the person making the comment, right? Because we're true collectors. So I will say this, you know, when Brian Mariotti reached out to us, he basically said, you guys, and I think it's in the most recent interview as well. But you guys, have you guys have know-how, and they're right, and he's right. We have kept our ear to the ground when it comes to Funko, and we know all the things that are going on. We try to keep ourselves way up to speed. We read a lot of stuff. We're going around the inner I would say interwebs, and I know you hate that, but we're always going around the internet looking for new data, and people are sending it to us. Thank you to all of you guys who send us new data. I think Funko really got angry with us because we made that content recently about the layoffs. I don't think they wanted I don't think they wanted anybody to know that happened, because quite frankly, it was sort of a hidden thing. No one talked about it but us. And at this point, the only way that we find out about those things are the people who were affected. Now, is it really our job to come online and start talking about those things? I mean, are we a-holes for doing it? I'll be honest, I don't know the answer to that. All I know is that when you are, doing a news sort of thing, you're kind of reporting anything and everything about the topic that you discuss. And so what always fascinates me is that people will comment about just how hateful we are and how evil we are, and we're terrible and I hate you and everything else. And what cracks me up about that is that if you go and watch the nightly news at any given moment, or daily news or any news for that matter, you watch a news station, you are going to get pummeled with so much goddamn news that you don't want to know about, things, negative things that you don't want to hear. Are we going on and yelling at your TV? Like, what's happening? What is going on here?
Can I tell you
what is happening?
Can I tell you how I handle the news?
You don't watch it.
No, I don't watch it. You want to know why? Because I know that I don't like how negative it is. And frankly, I feel like a lot of media is spun up to be over exaggerated to make you feel a certain way, and a lot of it's very negative and very harsh.
You said, are you talking about the news or Gastlecast channel?
I'm talking about the news.
You're talking about the Gastlecast channel. That's what it sounds like to me.
But I feel, if someone really truly does feel that we are negative, don't fucking watch. I don't understand why that person who thinks that we are toxic came into our chat.
So here's the thing. You need that. You need to have that, because you know what? Here's the thing.
Listen.
Let me just make a note. I wouldn't want them to be like that, but I would really like them to say, here's how you're toxic, right? So instead of coming in and saying this is similar.
We won't do that.
Well, this is similar to your point about what we do here on this channel. We don't come in here and make false accusations. No. We say, here's what's happened, and here's what we think, and here's how we believe that this could be fixed or mitigated in the future. That's what we do. We don't come on here and just yell trash about everything and everything's horrible. We may have done that in the past, but it was a while back. But like the Venom and Carnage Funko Pops, we said we don't like the way that they look. That's an opinion, just like many other things that we talk about on this channel. But it's opinion. But when we talk about layoffs, that's fact.
Yeah.
Right?
And if Funko's mad about
Allegedly.
that, I mean, frankly, maybe they just shouldn't lay people off. I mean, I don't understand.
They're a business and they have to lay people off. That's just be a part of being a business. I'm not mad at them for that.
But why are we the bad guys for reporting on something that they did is my question.
Because there are people out there who just straight up do not like us because we have been the ones over all these years. You look, if you had a deck of cards and you had every Funko influencer kind of on there and laid out on a table, all of them, for the most part, I would say for the most part, all of them are pretty positive about Funko.
Yeah.
They're pretty positive. Yeah, it looks great. I love it. That's great too. Yeah, I love that. But they're very positive. Yeah, I think that. Oh, yeah, it's weird.
I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But they're very positive about Funko, and we haven't always been necessarily positive. We've just talked about what's on our minds and what's on our chest, right? So I wouldn't want to go any other way, because that's just who we are, and that's how we grew this channel, and that's who we've been. I mean, why would we change anytime soon? And I'll be honest with you, I had a lot of reservations when it came to the whole Thrilljoy thing, right? After all this time and all this drama that we had gone through over the years, it was nice to finally talk to Brian Mariotti. He didn't even know the drama existed, I don't believe, or maybe he did. We've never talked about that, but you know, all these things have happened all these years, and then we finally sat down and talked to him, and I'm like, God damn it, I love this guy. Brian Mariotti's awesome. I love him. I think his products are awesome. I think what he's doing is great, and he's listening to fans. And from the very beginning, when we first talked to him in that first interview, I felt that way, and I felt that way all the way through now when that WonderCon thing happened yesterday. What a killer show. So that's all great. Funko, other than at New York Comic Con, they have never approached us. They don't want anything to do with us, I don't think. And rightfully so, because they don't want people talking their minds. They want people to basically talk about how great their products are, and that's fine. And you go and pay them people. You go and pay those influencers. That's what they're there to do. That's their job, and that's good. That's good that you have those people that are saying all these really great things about you, and that's awesome. But you gotta have somebody who's talking the real fucking truth. You can't have everybody who's sitting around and telling you everything you want to hear all the time. It doesn't work that way. Let me tell you something. If you saw our emails through Mischief Toys, you saw some feedback that we've received, you would say, oh shit, they should be making Hater Gator videos every single day. Well, guess what? We're not. We're not making Hater Gator videos. We learn from the mistakes and we try to make things, we're trying to right the wrongs of the things, right? That things that happen with both Gastlecast and Mischief Toys. Because that's what we should do. That's what we should do. We should be listening. And by the way, Funko, if you're still here, they might have gone. They might have closed their window. Don't think we didn't notice the website, the whole limited edition thing. We did. I did come up with that. And they could tell me I'm wrong all day. But I came up with it. You know it.
You did.
You know I came up with
You
that.
did.
I talked about that for years. And I kept bringing it up. And I gave them ways in which to do it. And websites and blah. I was giving them free fucking advice. We changed one of their goddamn Funko Pops. Mm-hmm. What other influencer has come on and said, I changed a Funko Pop by using my voice on YouTube? I feel like there's too much goddamn credit given to other YouTubers and no credit ever given to us. And after a while, you know, it really frustrates the shit out of me because I feel like we've done a lot of really great things here. If you think that we've been too negative, that's fine. I totally understand that. But the waves that we've made and seeing change happen, we've had our hands in this. I guarantee you there are more times than not things that happen over at Funko probably were being talked about in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I know for a fact that we're being talked about because we were talked about at the fucking show this weekend. We're not even there. We're across the United States. We're in Maryland. We're sitting in our little room as I edit this little interview with Brian Mariotti and Carissa. And Funko's over there talking to influencers saying, allegedly, do not work with the Gastlecast for any reason. You will not work with them, and then if you do, then you're done. That's it. Allegedly, that you're done. That's what's happening. Can you fucking imagine that?
It's
can
crazy.
Can you imagine being a fly on the wall and overhearing this about ourselves? That's insane.
Well,
it's insane that they're saying these things.
Someone who is not an influencer heard this being spoken. They heard those words being spoken. So it's not like it was a super private conversation with just one person.
That's insane.
It was said in front of other people to multiple people.
Maybe they wanted to be heard. Allegedly. Patrick Norman, yeah, the other content creators are just yes men. So I'll just say this. They are, they're business. So these influencer guys and girls, they're business people. They are on a platform and they want to make cash. I'm not saying this for everybody, and I'm not saying, I'm telling you from my point of view that they want to work with these companies and do big things and grow and grow with the company and make money and all that stuff. Who could blame them? I don't blame them. But that's not what I'm here for. That isn't what brings Chris and Heather to YouTube and to talk about Funko. I love Funko, but I'm going to be honest about how I feel about Funko. And I'm also going to come up with ways to make up limited edition sale websites as well. I'm going to do that. And not everybody's going to agree with it. By the way, I will spend more money to get the limited edition pieces. Maybe I'm a nut. And everybody else is like, what the fuck, Chris? Why did you even come up with this idea? Or why did you even ever pitch this? Even if Funko didn't take it and they came up with it on their own. I like the idea. What can I tell you? if a big content creator confirmed this, would you guys stop making content about Funko?
Yeah, I asked if a big content creator confirmed what.
I don't know.
That they're talking about
Yeah. So
they did.
Yeah. Well,
they are followed by many thousands of people. Two people.
I got you. But everyone other Funko YouTuber's opinion of Pop, they did an amazing job with this. I mean, that's pretty much true, and that's okay because that's what they're doing. That's their job, and I don't hate them. I think they're great. I love all those guys. I love all the guys who do the YouTube stuff. There's only a couple of them that I'm just like that we've had problems with for various reasons. Oh, they actually had a problem with us. But I mean, look, the thing is that we're here to be an advocate for the fans, and when I went into Thrilljoy. The Thrilljoy booth at New York. I went in there and I told Brian exactly how I was feeling, exactly what I was thinking of the product, exactly what I thought would be cool and maybe they should do. Not saying they took any of my ideas, but the fact that he was there listening and seeing established changes here at WonderCon, that tells me everything I need to know. Funko isn't doing that.
No.
Funko is not doing that. And here's why. Why is Funko not doing that? Funko is not doing that because they are a publicly traded company. They're a completely different ballgame. And I would suggest that Brian Mariotti probably never wanted to go public. I'm not going to confirm or deny that accusation. But I would imagine that he would have never wanted that because Brian
Either that or maybe he didn't realize all it entailed and he couldn't foresee what would happen if they did go public.
Right.
I don't know. I've never had that conversation with him, but I would be interested in knowing that.
Right. Ash Manor, I haven't watched... I've met Skittle Rampage many times. Really, really nice guy. Met him at New York Comic Con. Always comes to the booth with Captain Pops. Or is it Captain Collectibles now? Both guys are very sweet individuals. I like them. Never worked together. Never watched his content. And when you're doing Funko content, you're not going out and watching other Funko content. I mean, maybe if you really want to know what else is out there, I just don't have time for it, unfortunately.
I don't watch as much as
and it isn't because
like.
I don't want to, is I guess my point.
Yeah, I come across some of it, like if it's like reels on Instagram, but when I'm listening to content, it's not normally about Funko.
Right. Huh. Okay. So, a lot of really great comments here, by the way, and I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
What's Poppin' Craze was here. Thank you, buddy. What's Poppin' Craze is amazing. By the way, your points on the arcade's got to be fucking unbelievable. I can't even imagine.
That's if he's taking part. Is he taking part in it?
I don't know if he's on the 333 or not. Are you on the 333? We need to know.
If he's not number one, if he's actually participating,
Jesus Christ,
something's wrong.
I see photos of this guy's NFT Funko Pops. It is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
It looks like a wall. It's a big old wall.
It's incredible.
Fallen Angels, that's okay. Look, just know it's nothing but love from your Tater Gators. Of course, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? I'll be honest with you. It's not really bringing me down. It's making me rethink everything I thought. I really didn't think that Funko really paid any attention to us. Excuse me. I know former Funko employees would find us and things like that and reach out to us and stuff. I didn't really know how engrossed Funko maybe would be with us, but we're just here. We're here to do, I would call it a civil service. We're here to talk about, and by the way, this is all collectibles. Do we all realize that's what we're talking about?
Yes.
When that guy called us toxic. Do you realize, sir, that we're talking about collectibles? Come on. The fuck? Are you serious? Like, we're talking about toys here. We're talking about collectible toys. And so for me to come on here and say I don't like something, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and you can love it, but I can say I don't like it, and then we can have a handshake and say, oh, I understand. You don't like it? I love it. Yeah. People can't do that. Do you ever notice that?
No, people cannot
do that. People are
that.
very unable to... That's why you always see these DC and Marvel fanboys, like, going head to head. I like both. Like, is that okay?
No,
like,
it's not.
I mean, it's almost like I need to be arrested. I don't know. It's weird. It's so fucking weird. I'm going for the top 3 currently at number 1. Jesus Christ, who didn't believe that? I knew that was going to be the case.
Same.
You guys ever going to have something in GA? Would love to. I would love to do something at Plastic Empire Shop at some point in the future. We've actually been talking to them and would love to do some future stuff with them. I think they're great. Plastic Empire is one of the best toy collectible shops ever. And definitely probably top on the East Coast, that's for sure, because I don't know anything about the West Coast, so I can't speak for them. But on the East Coast, I don't think I've been to a shop any better than that, other than our friends over at All Time Toys, which is a local favorite. They're both really great, but love Plastic Empire. So yeah, you might see us there. What's so wrong with not liking a piece of plastic? Thank you, Hockey Freak Show, or Freak Sean.
A lot, apparently.
Apparently, our everything that we have to say means a lot. It means a lot to the world. And like I said, we're sort of giving them a service that you typically would pay for, right? You want to hear what the fans have to say. You have to go pay to find out what the fans have to say. You got to put in work and go and grab all that data and probably put somebody on the job or a team on the job, especially for Funko. We're here just telling them, like, straight up, and then they can read the comments, and then they can go and look at Disc Tracker's page where we're reading directly from. Go and do all the things. I mean, look, it's not going to take you long to figure out if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. We're just stating the obvious, I think, for the most part. I mean, that's the reality of things. And you know what? I really hate that I'm in this position where I'm like this guy, where I'm having to explain myself all the time.
We don't have to explain ourselves.
No, I mean, the only reason why I feel like I have to explain myself is that in order for growth of anything that we do, I don't want to be known as the shithead assholes that are on YouTube talking about collectibles, because that is so far from the fucking truth. When people meet us, they're always like, oh my God, you guys are so amazing and you're so nice in person and blah, blah, blah. And when they say that, I'm like, are we not nice online? Did we do something on there that I'm not aware of? I mean, the amount of like hate and like shitty feedback is ridiculous. Unrelated, that DeLorean looks sick. Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you. It's currently in the park mode, but you can make it look like it's flying, which I love.
One thing that if Funko were to ever contact us about this, which I'm not sure if they ever would, because I feel like they would be scared of us publicly saying what they're going to say to us. To be frank with you, but I'm Heather, not Frank, so I shouldn't say things like that. Do I? Is it the mustache?
You don't have a mustache. Stop it. That's a joke. You do have big sideburns, though.
My first question to them would be, name 5 things that have been negative, that we have not offered anything constructive on, or that have been untrue in the last year.
Yeah.
And I don't think they could.
Well, we've always been that. We've always done that, and we were the only folks doing that, right? So, your son.
I feel that we're very fair.
Your son going to get into content creating? I don't think so. He's not. He likes making videos with me about Hot Toys, but outside of that, my son isn't like super crazy about it. Like he doesn't. At one point in time, he wanted to make video game like content. But he now is super, super, super incredibly involved in his guitar.
It's ridiculous.
Like, stupid. And he's really good at it. So I'm just so proud of this kid.
So good.
I'm so proud of this kid, man.
It's weird. So I remember there was a point in time, what was it, maybe 4 years ago? Where he was like...
Yeah, his little acoustic guitar.
Well, yeah, but no. He was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
And I kept pushing him.
And we said, we bought you a guitar. I think we had just bought him his second guitar, if I remember correctly. Something like that. Because he grew out of the first one. And we were like, give it some more time. Let's find you a new teacher. And, don't give up on it just yet. And he said, okay. We said, just give it, we'll have this conversation in a few months. So we ended up switching teachers because his first teacher was amazing. She was wonderful. She would come to our house, and then the pandemic happened. So then they were doing like online lessons, and life became hectic for her. So we got another teacher, and the guy was just really weird. He would say things like I really think that Max and him just like didn't have a connection or something, because he would say that Max would instead of playing guitar, he would like want to show off like his Legos or something, which sounds like a kid thing, honestly, but he wouldn't really do that with his other teachers. Like he was more focused on the guitar. So I was like, something just isn't right. Like the guy basically said like Max isn't interested in guitar, and I'm like, that's not fucking true. So we found another teacher who he really clicked with, and I would like maybe go to Max's room to ask him a question or something, completely forgetting he was doing a guitar lesson. And I would hear the way that this guy talked to him. And it was like a virtual setting. It was like a computer, like a Zoom call type thing. And I would hear the way that this guy was talking to him, and he was so patient. He would suggest things. He was just really, really cool. And I think that really brought Max's spark back to the guitar. And man, he actually brought his guitar down and was like playing for us while we were eating breakfast. And it was really cool.
He killed it. He's a good kid. He's a smart kid. And he's really a whiz on that guitar. There
was a video that we were watching, or not that we were watching. It popped up on like my Facebook memories the other day. And it was like him playing that guitar at our old house.
Yeah.
On the ottoman in like our dining room. And it was so funny to see how far he has come.
Come really far, this kid.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm glad he stuck with the guitar. So, look, Funko isn't going to scare us away and have these idle threats lying out there, or not, maybe not threats, so to speak, but these ways in which to cut off the...
It's sort of a threat.
Well, it's like cutting off the path, right, for us to be able to do...
It's sort of a threat.
It's cutting off the path for us to do maybe other things, or maybe working with other influencers and stuff, but we're not necessarily those people. I noticed that WonderCon, I'm seeing a lot of videos from different influencers, Sidekick Inc. as an example, kind of running around and doing his content and stuff, and that's fucking cool. I can't do that. That just isn't me. It's not who I am. And so I think you would be able to see in the video, and I think it's also, let me just say this, I think it's also because I'm older. Like, I'm old. I'm not like a younger, like if I were in like my mid 20s into like my 30s, it might be completely different, but I'm just not that guy. Like, I'm not running around with the microphone and having fun and hanging out with like a bunch of other influencers. That's just not who I am. That's not what I do. I am a homebody. I don't like doing anything. I like to sit behind this table and yell at the camera. I like to play a video game every once in a while. And I love working Mischief toys. That's my life. And obviously my family, my kitty cats, and eating. I love eating. And I'm trying to get myself straightened out on that again. Florida, Disney World killed me. And then our trip to Toy Fair killed me because you were ordering too much goddamn good food the entire time.
Okay,
and now I didn't gain weight, but I'm just not moving anywhere. But I'm old now. And I really love to make content, but I can't make content like that. And so Funko, allegedly, whatever you said, you can't do anything to me because it's not going to stop me. And I think that the best way in which to handle this is maybe to reach out to us and let's have a conversation about it. Now, I'm not going to, grovel or try to be a part of whatever, or try to be one of your influencers. I don't want that. Like, I really don't want that. But we can at least have a conversation. I can tell you where I'm coming from if you're not understanding it from this video. And also, I also just, I would love, you know what I would love to do? What? If Funko's listening, and this is dead ass fucking serious. I would love to interview Cynthia Williams.
Never gonna
That's
happen.
What I would like to do.
I would love to do that.
I would love to do it. And I would have an amazing amount of questions available. I would ask her all the things. I want to know, where are we going? What are we doing? What's the future looking like? I want to know all the stuff. That's what I want. But I don't think we'll ever get it. I think you're right. Make old people content in black and white, maybe. It's the next step, my friend. That's the next step. Heather and I are getting older. I'm getting older faster than Heather, though.
Take me out of that.
For those who do not know, there's a 7-year age gap between Heather and I. So I'm always going to have a little young broad running around this house, which is very good. And I like that. That's the way I'm keeping it. Funko blackballing Gastlecast, telling other influencers not to work with them, allegedly. Thank you, Paul, or Paulie, for updating everybody. I guess somebody asked a question. Do you think she would be honest? I don't. I don't know. I don't really know what we would expect out of Cynthia.
I think
she's a very sweet lady, by the way.
She's very kind.
Now, I will tell you this: I would not bring her on here to beat her up or anything. That is not what I want. It's really just asking. It's asking what the future. It's asking what the future is. Look, whoever this guy or this person is that was out there saying all the things they were at WonderCon, think they're going rogue. I don't know if that. I don't believe that's normal, and maybe it is. Maybe it is, and I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stupid about this.
It has to do with multiple people at Funko, not just that one person.
Multiple? You know that there's multiple people?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes.
How are we this big of a deal? I don't understand.
I don't know. It's weird.
That's crazy.
It's freaking me out.
I mean, really, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, we're lucky to get like 1,000 views on a video in 24 hours. I don't understand why it's like that big of a thing.
Well, somebody already said it. Corporate, when it comes to corporate stuff, they don't like it. They don't like us telling her.
Okay, well then fucking do better. I don't know what to tell you.
Can we get a Grandpa Ghastly? Of course. Okay, you think we haven't thought about that? No, I'm kidding. I actually haven't thought about that, but that's brilliant. I looked at her past job experiences, and I think she is a corporate fixer. Yeah, for the most part, it seems that way. Although the things that happened with the Magic the Gathering stuff and is some pretty gnarly shit that happened. Oh, look, Aussie Pop and Paul speaking directly to you, Heather. Are we gonna have to shake it off?
I'm shooking it off. Is that a word?
Shooking it off?
Yeah, is that a word?
Shooking it off. By the way, let me ask you a question. Yeah, Funko's mad at us, apparently. Allegedly.
I think they're always mad.
What did they do at the convention?
They sold a 5,000 piece toy soldier for $25 and made you buy a hard stack because it was 5,000 pieces.
Well, no. I'm asking, like, what did
That's what they did.
No, what did they do experience-wise?
Apparently there was, like, a VIP thing, but okay. I don't know, like, I haven't been able to find the answers to what that meant. Which means that there are other companies that are overshadowing that I heard a lot more about this weekend.
So is that how people were getting prototypes?
I think so.
Because I saw people
Yeah, okay. I believe that's how.
Yeah. Alan, Thrilljoy. Yeah, they're fantastic. Love them.
Alan, is that your real last name? Because if so, that is a sexy last name.
Alan, when you say Thrilljoy is the future anyway, put Mischief Toys in there too, because we the future, mall fool. That's right.
Ow.
You okay?
No.
Funko's gonna make Gastlecast go viral? I don't know about that. That would be hilarious. Tiny shithead YouTube channel talking shit about Funko. Heather Pop Culture sold me 10 toy for $15, no hard stack.
Did you have to pay international shipping, though? Oh my god, that's his real last name. Bedgood is his real last name.
You must have a happy partner. Mischief Toys of Future 2, yes. Thank you. Mischief Toys is everything. Mikey, thank you.
Guys.
Oh, man. Look, I don't want to get aroused on this camera, but I'm going to.
Someone said, which one of you can draw the best Ghastly?
So I'm the one who originally drew Ghastly. I don't know if Heather, can you? You're a good artist. I've seen your art.
Do you want to test it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll draw while we're here.
You're gonna draw Ghastly? Okay, I want to say. By the way, tomorrow we have that brand new poster going up on MischiefToys.com at 12 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you get yours. It is super sick, bruh. It's got Mortem. Look at this. It is such a high-end piece. It is a great poster. It is 11 by 17. It's beautiful. Beautiful colors. Great character. As you can see, the Sea of Souls down here. It's gnarly AF. I bought my I bought my frame today for like $10 over at Michael's, and I got something for free. Buy one, get one free. Go and get yours. So when you buy it tomorrow, you're all ready to go.
Oh no, this is already bad. I'm using the eraser.
Oh boy. Mischief Toys will be bigger than Hasbro and Mattel one day. Man, Zombie Monkey, that's so sweet for you to say that.
Zombie Monkey, listen. You're a really nice guy, but don't fucking lie to me.
Zombie Monkey's awesome. Come on.
For real, imagine if we made like the next Barbie. That would be hilarious.
By the way, thank you, Skylar. It is badass. Yeah, he did a great job. By the way, in the comment section, if you are going to Day of Mischief, if you want to go to Day of Mischief, let's see some fire emojis. How about that? I want to see who wants to go. Yeah, so please, everybody, hit the like button on this live as well. If you could, that would be great. Oh, my God, what is that?
Really bad. I think that was
just try to do your own artwork. Like, you don't have to look at the figure to do it, do you?
I think that was a dick.
Okay. Thrilljoy times Ghastly. Never say never, my friend. I was going to ask earlier, but didn't. Is it going to be shipped in a rolled mailer container?
No, it's going to be shipped flat between cardboard.
Yeah, so it's a hard Heather bought this new thing, and it's nice.
Yeah, I was originally going to roll them and put them in these, like, rolled boxes, but the cardstock, it's a thicker material, and I'm nervous about doing something like that. I don't want to roll them and risk anything weird, so we're just doing flat. There will be plastered on all of them. Do not bend. It's a whole presentation.
Yes, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Do we ship to Canada? Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely, we will ship to Canada. We ship all over the world. I don't think there has been any order where we could not ship to them, correct? We've never had an issue with that, have we?
When there was a strike going on, we couldn't ship to Canada. So what's really weird about Canada...
Thank you, Adam Ang. You're so sweet.
Shipping to Canada. Sorry, not weird about Canada. But what's really weird about shipping to Canada is... USPS and UPS are really strange.
Yes.
And it doesn't happen for Australia or the UK or Mexico or anywhere else we ship. It's just Canada we've had this. Apparently, so during the strike, we gave Canadians the option, like, hey, do you want us to hold this? Or do you want us to ship it UPS instead of USPS? Well, we didn't realize that UPS, they often hit people with, like, these additional charges. So during the Canadian strike, that sort of told us about that, told us a little bit about that, and it made me very upset when I learned this. So... that was the only time we couldn't... I cannot draw Ghastly's horns. What the fuck?
Oh my God, Heather. Just draw the picture. You don't have to look at the figure, do you?
I don't know what he looks like. I
draw the shittiest pictures of Ghastly now. I think they're... why can't all companies be as awesome as you guys? That's so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, duty and fees for some reason, they say. Hockey Freak Sean. I love seeing all the fire emojis. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so Day of Mischief is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a real barn burner, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, right?
I gave him different teeth. Do you like him?
You're right. His one horn does look like a hog. There it is.
I'm not an artist, so...
Look at that. Beautiful, Heather. You did a great job. Yeah, so the Funko thing, crazy. I can't believe that we're actually having a conversation where Funko is talking, allegedly talking behind our backs and making some moves on us, which is crazy. Do you hear about any of this with any other YouTube channel? Probably not, because they're all, having, making content and having fun and doing their thing. We're the ones being, we're being real. We got to be real. I'm not saying the other YouTube channels aren't being real. I don't want to call anybody out. I'm not.
No.
I can't speak from a place where I don't know. But I'm just saying
So
we're just very real, and Funko doesn't like it, and that sucks.
I think that in general, you and I, in our everyday lives, are pretty positive people. But
Who? Me and you?
You and I.
Oh, 100. I mean, but that's
think,
what I've been known for my whole life, even as a little kid.
Yeah, I
being
think,
Mr. Positive.
I think, you know, we've been collecting long enough to be disappointed as collectors over some moves that Funko has made, and we give them where credit is due.
Tech, that's
all the time.
I appreciate that. Tech says, I think Funko even just bringing y'all up speaks volumes about your power, whether it be viewed as good or bad. True. Yeah, I think so, my friend. It is it's very interesting. We just don't, I don't know, I don't want to be enemies with Funko or anything, but I think they really should understand that we're trying to speak for the collector. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
So I'm not going to lie to you. Hearing that honestly made me want to just go insane and just be way over the top fake negative.
That's where it took you hearing about that? Jesus Christ, it took me the opposite. I'm like, man, I don't want to do this to a company. Because I know how hard it is. Now, Funko is so much bigger than us, and they got so much capital. But when I think about us, it's like, can you imagine all the channels out there that would sit back and talk? And there might be somebody out there talk shit about Mischief Toys, and it would pain me to see it. But you got to know the real thing. Like, you got to know what really is going on. I want to know what really is happening.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. I ask for feedback all the time. We don't get enough feedback.
Well, we have somebody working that right now.
We do, but people.
We had to pay for it.
Yeah,
that's my point.
But yeah, we don't get enough feedback, and I'd like to know more feedback as far as our toy company goes, because I think that that's important. It's really important to know what's going on, and it's also important to handle things properly, and I think we do a really good job at that. But no, hearing what...
Thank you, Fallen Angels.
What Funko has said, or somebody that works, for Funko has said, and almost like veiling these... From what I heard was said, it felt like they were... It was almost like a threat to these other people. Like, we will not allow this relationship with you if you associate with, or we will not give you this association with Funko if you can't.
So in other words, Funko will not work with them allegedly if they work with us. If the influencer works with us, or whoever works.
And to me, I feel like that is incredibly shady. That is incredibly shitty, and I don't think that anyone should feel they have the power to tell anyone what to do. And I'll tell you something. If Funko came to me right now and told me to shut up, I wouldn't.
I am going back to this video. I'm cutting that little piece out.
Good.
I need that to be all over the internet. That should go viral.
Yeah.
If Funko told me to shut up, I wouldn't.
Exactly.
That was a very good line. I really like your response to them.
Yeah, I'm not.
It wasn't very elaborate. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Do you want to know why? Because we are allowed to say whatever the fuck we want to say.
Right. Well, that's free speech.
If, I could understand if we were just making things up. Like, if I came on here and I just pointed the finger at Funko and I said, I don't know.
You're cracking yourself up.
I don't really know what to say. But if I said, Funko, uses poop in their paints.
Allegedly.
To make Funko Pops.
Allegedly.
No, if I came on here and said that.
I know, allegedly.
I could could understand why Funko would say that to other people. Like, you can't work with the Gastlecast. They're saying fucking lies about us.
Right, they're saying stuff that's obvious. It's obvious lies.
But if we're saying things that are not dishonest and we're giving opinions on things and constructive criticism, I mean, that's fucking stupid.
Do you think at any point in time ever, do you ever think that Funko thought, we should reach out to the Gastlecast, we should work with the Gastlecast? Do you think that's ever happened?
I think that Funko coming by our booth was the beginning of them trying to create a relationship with us.
They followed Mischief Toys.
They probably don't anymore.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
All right. I think they followed Mischief Toys. Let me see. How can I look that up?
Yeah.
How do you look that up?
You go to our followers.
Go to our followers. Can you look that up? You're better at that than I am.
Okay.
I want to know if they still follow us.
But the fact of the matter is, I think that them coming to us at New York Comic Con.
See you, Aussie Pop and Paul. Good to see you, buddy. Or good to hear from you.
Was their way of trying to get on our good side, thinking that we would. No, Funko does not follow us.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they do not follow.
Get the fuck out of here. Look. Craig.
What to do, and I'll tell you something. If Funko came to me right now and told me to shut up, I wouldn't. I couldn't tell anyone what to do, and I'll tell you something. If Funko came to me right now and
Funko
told me
follows
to shut up,
Gastlecast.
I wouldn't.
Funko follows Gastlecast.
Oh, they follow Gastlecast.
Yeah.
I love what you said. That is so
just
good.
Very hardcore.
That is amazing.
Thank you,
That is
Craig.
the greatest thing that's ever been said on this channel. There's been a lot said on this channel, but that was the best. That's so good.
The thing is.
Thank you, Craig.
The thing is, I really think they came to our booth thinking that a pack of Bitty Pops and a Funko Pop were going to make us stop saying trash. I really do.
So
let me tell you something.
I mean,
Cynthia really buttered my biscuits that day.
But don't you think it would be more valuable for them to come and actually talk to us instead? I mean, handing us the stuff, I think that was you're right, that is some sort of token, right? But it would have been... So a couple of people told me after that, they said, and somebody here, by the way, said it. Somebody here said it as well. They said, Funko needs you more than you need them. And that has been said a couple times, actually.
It's been said by somebody who knows Funko very well.
Right. So it's interesting. It's interesting that they're playing their hand this way. And what that tells me is that they're floundering. They don't know what to do. They know that things are not going well at Funko. They don't know how to fix their problem. So what do you do if you can't fix your problem? You go and start attacking those who are maybe making your job harder. Maybe they think that we're making their job harder. But as I had mentioned, we have been making great content that isn't necessarily hateful. So what the fuck are we talking about?
I think we're making their job easier by making videos.
Thank you, David Bowman. Did you see what David Bowman said?
Yeah, that was very sweet. I think we're making their job easier by doing research about their company and their consumers for them and putting it in video format. You don't even need to watch us to hear us read comments of what your fucking consumers are saying. If your consumers are saying, you're making too many, I don't like this price point, I think that the Project Fred looks fucking stupid and it's way too expensive, maybe you should listen to that instead of trying to shut that feedback out. It's dumb.
Try to what, that feedback?
Shut the feedback out.
Or shut it up?
Shut it up. Whatever.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. I couldn't process what you're saying. So, can we get a Ghastly with that as a speech bubble?
That would be hilarious,
That's
Jeffrey.
amazing. I would
Speaking
certainly
of
do
which,
that.
we were in a conversation earlier.
Hold on. Can I mention one thing? Oh, no. Go ahead. Never
We
mind.
were in a conversation earlier, and Jeffrey actually commented the funniest fucking comment and I didn't want to, like, distract either of us because we, like, get very off topic, but he said something about how we're great and Cynthia Williams isn't sending him a Pokemon Go friend request. And
That's
playing
right.
with him.
That's right. Yeah, we are. Look, we're a man and woman of the people.
But don't we all need 25 Grogu's? Said cross-saved collectibles.
I know too many Grogu's. That's for true. Truth hurts, but it's necessary, and a good business listens and is able to pivot. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lil Pug. Absolutely. That is 100%. And Brian Mariotti actually mentioned that in that interview that we just did. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend watching that after this live is over. How do you feel about the Carnage pop from Let There Be Carnage? What are you trying to do to us, Eric? It's trash, allegedly. I think...
You're the reason for the teardrops on their pops. That's a Taylor reference.
Oh.
No, it isn't. Is it?
I don't fucking know. You're asking me if I know something from Taylor Swift? Are you out of your mind? But I think
okay, it is.
I think we've done more good than bad.
I'm not big into the country Taylor.
But it's interesting that we were
better.
Yes. It's interesting that we were sort of targeted this way, allegedly. We don't know that for sure. And I appreciate you guys being supportive of us, of this channel, of the things that we do, of Mischief Toys. It means a lot to us. And, you know, through all the hate, I always notice, excuse me, I always notice when diss trackers post something about Mischief Toys, like on Instagram or wherever, there are these certain people that go on there and they just bash the ever-living crap out of us. And it's not about bashing the product. It's really about bashing Heather and I. And it hurts me. And the reason why it hurts me is that we're really trying to do something fun here with Mischief Toys. We're trying to do something different, right, with what we do and how we do it. Coven of Mischief as an example. With the event Day of Mischief that we're putting on. Just giving you different experiences, because I believe that experience is everything when it comes to this stuff. We're trying to do all that, and then you have people who are just straight up being hateful because I guess they think that we're being really crappy about Funko. And here's the thing. Here's what I would say. I think the way for us to figure out who the smart people are versus the dumb people, which in my opinion, I'm talking from my heart here. You guys are very smart and you pick up what we're putting down. There are people who just do not understand what the fuck we're talking about on this channel. They just don't. It's not
even just that, but there's also people that get insulted because they don't agree with what we say. And
right.
To me, that's not very smart. Like, if you don't agree with, like, we're talking about collectibles here, you know what I mean? It's not like we're talking about wars and things that are, like, really big topics where it's like, you know what? I don't like people who are okay with XYZ. You know
right.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're talking about collectibles. So if you're willing to hate over somebody because of their opinion on a collectible, you have some issues, and you're not very
Oh my God!
smart.
You just said the second best comment that's ever been said on the channel. You did it twice.
I
How
know.
long do you want to do that?
I know.
Say that one more time.
I don't know what I said, but it was golden.
You said but you basically just told people they had issues.
I mean, what I would really like to say is they're stupid. If you can't, like, disagree about what you find aesthetically pleasing in a piece of plastic.
Well, if you can't differentiate, like, real life versus us making a joke. So
but it's not just that. If we think that this particular Funko Pop that you are just in love with is fucking stupid, but you get so offended over it that you're willing to, like, then say very mean things, I don't really know what more I can say other than they're fucking stupid.
So Michael up here says, how about them diecast? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a prime example, right? Diecast are a fail. Big fail
I don't
city.
like them. I don't like the price point. I don't like that they're in these plastic cases. I think that they look sort of cool. But I think the fact that they're in the plastic case is what really, like, deters me.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Right.
Because I like the paint jobs on them. But I don't like the case.
Yeah, I mean, they're okay. They're okay.
And the price point is just... I feel like the price point would definitely be taken down if it weren't for the case, obviously, because that's more material.
Right.
Like, for $35 and you had, like, a metal Funko
the case
Pop,
is
like,
cool.
that's cool.
I kind of like it. I'm a little weird about it, but I am not a super fan of that. I was at the beginning, but I'm not a super fan of it.
I'm really sorry, Chris. If you like that case, you are a big dumb idiot, and you're toxic on YouTube,
Right.
and you're fucking stupid, and your head's very big.
Hey, where'd that come from? Why's my head big?
If you like something that I don't like, you're a piece of shit.
Hey, okay. All right, come on now. Who will ever forget about the great war of in-box versus out-of-box? Yeah, 100%. That's Heather was out-of-box before, I think, anybody. I think you were the first person to be out-of-box.
Yeah, I just, unless it's autographed, I don't really give a shit about the box. I mean, I keep the boxes. I have them, like, flattened and stored away, and, like, I have the inserts labeled because if I ever go to sell them, not if, when I go to sell them, because I think that day is coming very soon, I do want, like, a box for whoever owns it next, you know. I like to keep them nice if I can, but realistically, like, if I see a pop I really want on a shelf and the box is fucked, I don't care.
Yeah, right. Fallen Angel says, I was completely done collecting. I wasn't having fun doing it anymore. Then I found Mischief Toys. Since it's been like the good old days for me. I've had more fun collecting now than ever before. That is probably, I would say probably
that
the
is
best,
one of the sweetest
That's probably
things.
the best and most positive comment we've ever gotten about Mischief Toys. So thank you for that. That is so sweet of you to say that. If someone attacks another person over a collectible, they need to work on their priorities, unless it is over the Let There Be Carnage pops, which is amazing. Heather's coming in hot tonight. I was always afraid to buy diecast for fear that I get a chase. Me too. Heather going nuclear. I like diecast, Hot Wheel diecast. I am surprised that Funko didn't do Hall of Armor Iron Man set with the diecast. That would have actually sold 100%. And you had them all connect. That would have been cool. Hey guys, thanks for the drop info on TMNT Grails. Got one for 150. Got 150 from them today. Damn. All right. Diecast molds are super expensive to do a 1 of 6 variant chase. Price point would soar. Okay.
But not if you do a 1 in 6 paint job. See, what they've done with the die-cast is essentially, like, giving you, like, a prototype without it being a prototype. They're just giving you an unpainted version of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like, that would be appropriate if they did, like, a Terminator die-cast, right? But, like, anything else, I don't know. I think it's corny.
Absolutely.
L. Ellis says, I wouldn't take people from a company who say something is limited and then drop 5 million more very seriously. They've not shown they can be taken seriously. Paulie says, wow, so toxic, Gastlecast, costing Funko money with your drop TMNT information video.
Y'all in Abominable Toys are keeping it true to what certain figures have, and that is value in a piece. Yeah.
Oh,
so
thank you,
Eric, yeah, I mean, we're looking at working with Abominable Toys in the future.
I love Abominable Toys.
We love Abominable Toys. We were talking to the owner of Plastic Empire tonight. Lovely guy, Dustin. But we were talking to him about all things Abominable Toys. sharing with him before we got into Mischief Toys, and I would say we were doing Gastlecast, but not as hardcore at the time in 2019. But I went specifically to New York Comic Con to get my Chomp, my Statue of Liberty Chomp. I picked it up and then literally went home. And it was one of the greatest like collector stories or moments that I've had, and that's what got me kind of excited about doing Mischief Toys. Going through that whole process.
We just made a sale, and we haven't mentioned this at all today. So, on our website, under our merch tab, we have our Voodoo Ghastly print. We released some of them during our anniversary, but we had some more. We didn't release all of them during our anniversary. But under Mischief Toys merch, you can purchase your Voodoo Ghastly print, and it's 100 pieces. And you have the chance at an LE15 holographic. I just posted the link in the comment section below, but I just wanted to mention that in case you are here and would like that print. It's an amazing print, and it's done by our wonderful artist named Devin.
And for anybody who goes and buys our sticker books, for the first 5 people who buy a sticker book on Mischief Toys, we're going to pack it full, the first page full of stickers, and we might even put an AP pin in there. So only 5 books that we'll put out there with stickers and possibly an AP pin. Go and buy yours if you haven't gotten your sticker book yet. Or maybe you need a new sticker book because you filled yours up. Thank you, Mr. Nice. The interview with Big B was epic. Thank you, dude. That's amazing. Devin says they're talking about the drop money that came back. It can only be used for packs. You can't purchase anything with it except packs, which is a bummer.
Yeah, but I mean, to me that comes in handy, although I sort of feel like if they were, like, they can't refund people because there's only a specific time they can actually refund you, and even so, like, you're not spending $75 per pack. So I feel like that's a very fair offer. The only thing I don't like about it is they're forcing you that $75 per grail. They're forcing you to purchase more packs on their website with it, which I don't like, because what if someone decides, you know what, this is like the last straw, I don't want to buy from Drop anymore. Now they have this credit that they can only use on the website. But from a business standpoint, you know, one is like a $30 refund, because like that would sort of be the equivalent if they pulled that grail from a pack.
Yeah.
Is like a $30 refund on a premium pack really enough to make up for the fact that they were excited for this grail, which is, you know, going for a lot of money on the aftermarket? Like, is that appropriate, I guess?
We only have 2 more sticker books out there right now, so if you want to buy a sticker book at MischiefToys.com, we'll pack it, the first page full of stickers and possibly an AP pin, and I got some super hot AP pins. I might even put an AP of our newest pin, which will be coming out this weekend at AwesomeCon. Actually, I will. 1 book will have it. Hi, Chris and Heather. When will the documentary of NYCC come out? Maybe before Day of Mischief. Adam, thank you for asking that question. So, okay, how can I talk about this? So, our friend filmed a ton of content at New York, and it's a lot. It's a lot to go through. And look, he filmed and did some really, really incredible work. But after having watched kind of the final video that he put together, I decided that it really needed my touch, you know, for the documentary, because I've done it every year. And what I've realized is that I'm going to have to do it again. I might have him there for B-roll, but I'm going to have to be the cameraman this upcoming year, because I have a vision. There's something very specific when I'm making these. Like there's what I want to see. They're different events that happen, right? So, like as an example, it's Heather and I inside of our bedroom and we're chatting about something, or maybe it's Heather showing off the house that we're staying in.
What, are you saying Zachary can't come into the bedroom and film us?
Then also just our experiences, because sometimes it's just Heather and I and the team is off somewhere else. So it's me running around and filming other things that are going on. I really need to make sure that I do that for upcoming shows. Now, our friend who filmed, who did a fantastic job. He did not do a bad job. He did a great job. I want to make sure that next time he comes along and he films extra content that I can use. But it really needs to be from my point of view. I think that's very important. Funko got all the documentary videos and destroyed them. They probably did. But I don't know about the whole New York Comic Con documentary. I told Heather today, I was like, I don't know when I'll have time to do it, unfortunately. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get to it. I can't make any promises, okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't want anybody hanging and hoping that we'll have something up for, real soon. But the way that the documentary came out, it was a lot of us, Heather and I, sitting behind this desk and sort of talking about what happened, and just like clips kind of, in it, like in between here and there, where I really wanted to be more of the con floor. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I wanted to be more of. So we'll revisit that. Just ordered myself another sticker book. Oh my God. Zombie Monkey. No, you didn't have to order another, but thank you. Yeah, that's great. Funko got all the... Okay, let's see. Are you guys going to Funmaker Mike's dream event at SDCC? So, I would love to do all the SDCC things. I've mentioned this time and time again. Brian Mariotti at this point is making fun of me that I can't fly. I wish there was a teleport machine that I could just jump into and teleport to SDCC.
I think he said that we had to call our Uber for SDCC in May.
Yeah, he said basically to call an Uber and then we could, drive out there. But man, I would love to go out. I have I'm deathly, sickly, ill to fly, and I know. Look, and it might make me sound like a big old wimp, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I am deathly afraid of it. And I wish I wasn't, because it really limits what Heather and I can do as just a couple. Like, we might want to go somewhere else. We're driving to Florida to go to Disney when we go. That's literally the only place that we go to for vacation anymore. I love it there. It's great. But there are probably other things that we would like to do. So, can you fly? Are you okay with flying? Or?
If you were okay with it, I would likely try it again, but I don't feel the need to since you don't. Although, after all of, the plane crash videos and stuff, I don't know how comfortable I am.
I'm not worried about that so much because I think we're just seeing everything now because that became a big thing there for a while. But how can we get out there? Like, if we wanted to go. Edward's saying, take Amtrak. Ugh. How far is it? Can you look it up on your phone? How long would it take us to get out there?
I think it's 4 days.
4 days? On Amtrak? Isn't it a train that goes straight across? What the fuck? That's incredible. Do you try Hershey Park? Adam, I have been Hershey Park. Hershey Park's great. Been a couple years.
3 days, 1 hour.
Jesus. Oh, my God. 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
74 hours and 49 minutes.
Ah, that's
Baltimore
horrendous.
to Los Angeles.
Amtrak is nice. You can get your own private room. That'd be cool.
I don't know how I'd do on a train.
No?
Never been on one.
You never been on a train?
Mm-mm.
For real?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I sort of... I've been on the light rail and the subway, but I've never been, on a long-distance train.
You ever ran a train?
On some chicken tenders.
No, I was going to say...
Tell me what movie that's from.
No, a train around a Christmas tree? You ever push the button?
You know what you're doing.
Hey, Chris and Heather, happy Sunday. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Frank. CA would love to have you. Dude, I know. And it kills me that we're not making it out there. We really need...
We have so many friends that live there.
God, we need to get out there. Like, in a really bad way. And I've never been out there. I've never been to the West Coast in my entire life. It would be life-changing, probably, to get out there. I want to go out there so bad. But I can't imagine. How about driving? Tell me how long it would take to be driving. Because I can drive, like, every day. You know how I drive to Florida.
I do, but at the same time, you drive to Florida. You don't drive as long as it would take to California.
If it's Florida is like this distance to this distance on a little tiny map.
And we do that in 2 days. It would take at least 4 to 5 days.
4 to 5 days?
Yes.
Look it up. Tell me how many days it takes in the car. You could try a hypnot. I know I thought about that, Chris Christ. I actually did think about that. A hypnotist. I almost said hypnotist. This sounds like a Pokemon. How many days if I drive? Can you put it on Chris time?
39 hours.
That's less than on a train.
Yeah.
We could do this. Are you fucking kidding me?
If we drive...
We should do it. We should do it and go out to San Diego.
If we drive 39 hours and we do 8 hours a day, that would take over 4 days.
I could do more than that, though.
No, you can't, because my body cannot handle it. I get a headache after 2 days in the car. I don't like it.
I'll have you lay in the back seat or something.
No, I'll get sick. I'm not laying in the back seat.
Getting sick?
Yeah.
In the back seat, you're getting sick?
Yes, I don't want to do that.
What the fuck is going on in that back seat? Can't be good. Maybe I should see a hypnotist. You think?
Maybe a hypnotist, like naughty.
Is that you?
No, that's someone else.
We should get in the car right now and we'll go. We'll be there by San Diego.
You know how they hypnotize you? A naughty hypnotist would hypnotize you with something else.
Hold on, is that a hog?
Or something else.
No, isn't it, what were we just talking about? I had something on my mind, and now I forgot. Wait, hog. Orlando Bloom. We're getting his autograph next weekend.
We're getting his hog-tograph.
Hogograph. We're getting his autograph next weekend. I'm very excited. Any word on the tumblers?
Yeah, soon.
You want to show one? Why don't you go grab one? Let's go grab one. Let's show one off. Come on. Fuck it. We got nothing to lose. We're wild. We're Mischief Toys.
Can you lower the volume for a second?
Okay, so we're going to show you one of the cups. So hang on. Heather ran to get it. And she did a very weird run. It was a very weird run. There was a lot of toe clacking on the floor. Shelly Ann said you need to come to CA so she can meet you. Of course, I would love to do that, Shelly Ann. That would be awesome. I cannot wait for the tumblers. Going to have to get one. Yeah. So speaking of which, I have my tumbler that I put all my stickers on. But what Heather's going to show you is a sick tumbler, bro. Oh boy, are you really going to show that? Oh, that's so sick, bro.
Do you guys want to see?
Come on. You guys ready to see it? This is in person. You're actually seeing it in hand.
Not only do we have this variant, so the reason we're waiting to put them up is because we have another variant without the handle that's a little bit smaller. You know what? Let me go and grab that variant.
Oh my God. Edward said rent a charter bus from Maryland and pick up MT fans on the way. That's sick. That's sick, bro.
Mischief Toys fans. You know what they would do? You know what they would do, Chris?
What?
They would hound us the entire ride.
Hey, what is the price point on Uncle Ghastly Zombie?
I have not priced it out yet, to be honest with you. It's either going to be $60 or $65.
There you go. 60 or 65.
The reason that I'm not certain is because I need to write that down. Let me actually write that down right now. But the reason I'm not certain is because when we originally released the regular Uncle Zombie Ghastly last summer, I said $55, not taking into consideration how incredibly expensive this figure was for us to make. So I really shot ourselves in the foot with that one. So I just need to make sure that I calculate all of that properly. Price, Uncle Zombie. Okay, so first what I'm going to show you is the other type of tumbler there will be. Now, this is not the Mischief Toys one. This is just my personal one in the same size that it will be. So we have this type of tumbler, and we also have a handled tumbler. I have one right here. Chris has his right here.
By the way, this is my favorite thing. My tumbler is my favorite thing, and I drink out of it every single day.
He really does. So this is Mischief Toys tumbler.
So there it is.
One.
It's an 8-bit Ghastly. It goes all the way around, as you can see. And it's like pink, and it has like purple, and it says Mischief Toys right there. How cool is that? So this tumbler will be available very soon.
Don't ask me for a price point because I have not gotten that together either, but I promise I will once we get the other ones in hand.
Yeah. So I'm trying to show you what the faces look like up close. How cool is that? So when we wanted to do this, Heather and I, we talked about it. I said it really...
No, we didn't talk about... Well, we did after the fact.
Well, I said it should be like kind of 8-bit looking. Like it should look different. I didn't want it to be the same because...
No, you didn't say that. That wasn't your idea at all.
What?
That wasn't your idea. What your idea was... So what I was going to do was I was just going to put a Mischief Toys logo on it.
Yes.
You said you wanted an all-over print. Noelle is the one that came up with the design.
I thought I'm the one that said 8-bit.
It was all her.
Okay, it's all Noelle. I thought it was me.
No, you're crazy.
Okay, no, well, I am. So, originally it was just going to have a big Mischief Toys logo. And then she came up with the 8-bit thing. I swore I mentioned that, but it's fine.
You.
It's fine. No, Noelle, our artists are the best. So
they really are.
For those who do not know, Noelle and Devin, they're killing it. And by the way, there's something I have not mentioned during this live at all. And that is animation from Devin for Day of Mischief. If you specifically want to have your balls blown right off your body at a Mischief Toys event, you're going to attend Day of Mischief. This piece of art that he has put together is the coolest fucking thing from Mischief Toys ever.
It's really
It's the coolest thing from Mischief Toys ever. It's going to tell the story of a character from our universe, and it's going to tell a story of, well, a new character of the universe. It is really remarkable. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of it when you attend the Day of Mischief.
It's cool.
Heather, when will these be available? Do we know?
They will be available when we have the other ones in hand. So again, this is this size, and then this is the other style and size. So I'm super looking forward to putting these up. They're incredibly limited because we didn't know, like, these are not a product that can be easily stored. I have cases of these in our dining room currently, because, you know, it's not like these are small little Ghastly boxes. Like, these take up quite a bit of space, right? So, I didn't want to be overcrowded. I didn't want to buy too many. So they are incredibly limited at the moment.
Sold out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
But anyway, these are killer. I'm excited for them to go up, but I want to do them both at once. I don't think it's like, because someone might not watch our lives and say, oh, Mischief Toys has a tumbler. Well, I really like the kind without handles, but I'll get that one because I like it. But then this one will go up later. You know what I mean? Like, I want people to have a choice.
Sure.
I do want to tell you guys a really cool secret, but it's not going to be a secret anymore. If I tell you guys, should I tell them a secret?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Should I tell them?
Yeah, sure.
Richard, not sure on the price points just yet. Not sure. I need to sit down and figure that out.
As you can see, we're not prepared.
We're never
not
prepared.
even for AwesomeCon, which is just days away.
Yeah. Edward likes secrets. Does anybody else like secrets?
Even Christina Payne likes secrets. I can tell by her little emoji face. By the way, hit the like button, please. It helps this channel in such a big way. I don't think people really understand that. But, or like fully understand that. Please hit the like button.
So the secret is these tumblers will also come with a Mischief Toy sticker. Like a special one for the tumblers.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. You know what's funny about this?
What?
Is that you were like, you were lipping it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I've seen the sticker.
I showed them to you yesterday.
I'm telling you, I don't remember.
Okay, well, I showed you.
I don't remember. I don't think you did.
You said, wow, these are really cool.
Oh my gosh, Secrets by Ocean City, Maryland? Yes.
You know what you did right after you saw these stickers? You
What?
picked up another pack of stickers
Okay, first off, I didn't pick up anything like that.
that were open,
I did not pick up anything.
and you spilled them everywhere.
Why am I picking it up like that?
That's exactly what happened.
That's what you call the bloom. I didn't fucking bloom anything. Thank you very much.
You picked.
Stop doing that. Why are you doing that? That's weird.
You picked it up.
Thank you. That's how you do
and
it.
the stickers fell
This
everywhere.
is how you pick up. You don't pick up like this. What are you doing?
You can't pick it up like this when it's thicker around. You picked it up like this.
Can you stop? Jesus Christ, you're too much. I like it when you open your damn gifts.
What does that mean?
What? Do we have gifts? By the way, I haven't been to the P.O. box in weeks. I got to go there tomorrow. So if there's something there, that's my bad. I haven't been there in a while. Chris doesn't remember how hard it is to work kicking his ass.
Okay, so his work is truly kicking his ass, but let's not forget that he's old.
Do I look like... I'm being honest. I really want to know. Do I look like...
Oh, he said pokey gifts.
Oh, Pokey. Do I look like I am 40 years old?
No, you look like you're 41 because that's how old you are.
Well, I'm going to be 42 this year, but do I look like I'm 41 years old? I feel like I'm not. I feel like I don't.
You look like you're 43.
Although that up-close video of me today on Instagram, I look like shit. Oh my god, my hair was messed up, my eyes are weird. I look like a mutant.
Look
Look at this, Fritzy the Kitsy.
Yeah. He wanted to be in here for the showing of the tumblers.
Thank you about the pop. You're the best, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Chris looks 38. You look 32 to 34. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet, Alan. Thank you. How old's Heather look? Be honest. You don't know her age right now.
They know my age.
They don't. God, I hope they say 40. Do Heather and I look like we could be the same age? If they say yes.
You guys better
if they say yes, if they say yes, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to laugh so hard I'm going to throw up. I hope they don't say that.
Chris, you look like 23 max.
Oh, shit.
He's lying.
I like to hear that. I like to hear that. Tell me more about it. Tell me more about that.
33 max.
33 max? Oh my god, look, it's Devin. Devin's here. Alan, 35, question mark. Heather looks 27. David Brewer said you look 44.
Wow, David.
Heather, you look 34. Early 30s. You look early 30s. Wow. You guys are solid. Thank you. You're solid. Heather's as solid as the poop I did earlier, which wasn't very solid.
Heather is definitely, first of all...
Late 20s.
Fuck you, Blake.
Heather is my age, but still looks 21. 25.
Do you see what Blake said?
Heather is definitely older. Older than me?
Wow.
Damn. And Funko said we're haters. Heather's old AF, Sam Studley said.
Okay, anybody...
Sam Studley right now is having chicken nuggets with a fucking grilled cheese. You know for a fact he is. And his mom cut that grilled cheese.
Everyone looks old when you're 8.
So true.
Sam.
That is so true. I thought we were guessing Chris's age, not Heather's. Yeah, he said I'm 44. I'm 44. Chris looks like he's still in his 30s. Thank you.
No, Blake, you can't take it back. Don't give me no fucking heart emoji.
Blake's taking it back, Heather. Give him a break.
No.
Give Blake a break.
I will give Blake something, but it's not going to be a break.
Give him a break, Heather.
I'm going to put my foot somewhere that the sun don't shine. That's a big threat.
Heather does look elderly. That's fine. Funko Juice keeps us looking young. That's right.
Heather's real age can be found under the merch tab.
I love that it's coming from Justin McKenzie. That's the best. Fritzy Kitsy. What a guy. What a kitten. By the way, can you guys believe that 1 year ago, this cat right here was outside, roaming the streets, doing who knows what, couldn't find food, tore his teeth up. We had to remove all of his teeth because his teeth were a mess. But he was out there.
I have pictures of his teeth.
He was out there looking beat up. He looked, his white fur was like yellow. He just looked like a mess. And here we are a year later. Actually, it's not even a full year, is it? Because it would be like a year in July?
Yeah, so he came meowing early May.
Yeah.
And I found him, he had a wound on his head. I had seen him for like 3 years, but he always fucking scurried away because he was terrified of me. And I was out back grilling one night, and I heard a meow, and it was a raspy meow, a raspy low meow. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that isn't Valo. And I turned around, and it's this cat. And I'm like, whoa, what does this cat want with me? Because he always ran the other way, like, fast. And I saw this big gash on his head. He still has a scar, if you look close at his head. It really makes me sad. And I was really nervous because a lot of times you hear these horror stories about how, like, they'll euthanize animals if they're not friendly with people. And I knew for a fact that this cat, like, he had been running from me for like 3 years. He wasn't friendly with people. And I was so scared. I called animal control and I was like, hey, this is my situation. And, I want to make sure this cat gets care he needs. He's a stray. He doesn't bother anybody. But, he needs to be stitched up or something. He's really messed up. And they gave me the name to this this TNR place, this trap neuter release place. And they were like, they can probably help you. So I emailed them. And within, I would say like 12 hours, this place came to me with a trap, taught me how to use the trap. I trapped him within 2 nights, and I delivered him. He got neutered. He got his rabies vaccine, and he got...
I'm sure he's thankful about all that.
Yeah, he got an antibiotic shot to make sure that the wound didn't get infected. And they couldn't stitch him because of, I don't know if it was where it was located or the fact that he was like a stray cat and I probably wouldn't be able to trap him to get those stitches removed. I don't know what the situation was, but they didn't stitch him. They just gave him an antibiotic shot. And when they came to release him back at our house, he escaped. This little kitten escaped. So he was somewhere in Davidsonville, which is about 40 minutes from us, running around for almost a month, for about 3 weeks. On Memorial Day, I got an email. So they saw him on trail cameras because there's like these stray cats that are back where he escaped. And they had these trail cameras, and they saw him on them, but he wasn't getting back into a trap. Finally, Memorial Day, I got an email that said they found him. Are you, like, can someone drop him off today? And they did on Memorial Day last year. This lady came.
How's this story going to get any better? You're like making me want to go to bed. What is happening here?
I'm their night story.
Jesus Christ.
They brought him into our backyard. He hissed at us. He ran the fuck away, and I thought we would never see him again. And somehow, over the next, like, month, we became best buddies.
There you go. Holy shit.
I was so, like, I fell in love with this cat when I realized how worried I was about the fact that he was lost.
Right.
In an area he didn't know. And I would, like, think about it and get really upset.
Well, look where he's at now.
Yep.
No reason to get upset. There he is. He's just a little kitten. And everything is good. The whole world is good. Right?
Yep. He's our best little kitty cat friend.
So tomorrow is Mischief Mondays, and the hashtag is Fun and Games. That's what it is. Fun and Games.
Why is it fun and games?
Because it's fun and games. That's what we do around here. We play fun and games. We have fun and games.
I like that.
But I wanted to mention who the winner was for February. Do you have the picture?
I do, actually.
Okay, can you show the picture?
I can show the picture. So, we normally go live on Instagram to announce this. But listen, we'll do it here. Let me find it. I gotta find it.
I was told to let him... Devin said to let her cook. With what? I don't know what was going on.
All the fire I'm talking about.
Oh my God. I wanted to throw myself out of the window while that story was being told. But it's a positive story. It's all about our favorite little kitten, Fritzy the Kitsy. Okay, did you find the picture? That's the winner.
I did. So every Monday, Mischief Toys releases Mischief Toys. What's it called?
Mischief Monday.
Mischief Monday. Oh my God. It's like a photo challenge. And
you don't even know what our...
Chris, I've been talking about my cat for too long.
I know. Well, I know. Believe me. We all know.
Almost a whole year.
Heather looks young, but tells stories like a 90-year-old. That's so true. Heather can't tell a good goddamn story to save her life.
I can't.
I love when he told that story to Batista. Remember that? Dave Batista?
Are we going to announce the winner, or are you going to keep fucking making fun of me?
Yeah, please. Please announce the winner.
He loved my story.
Look, Mikey said, all right, I'm baked. I'm off to bed. Good night, Chris, Heather, and Gastlecast. He's out. Dude signed right the fuck off. All right, come on, Heather.
Anyway, every Monday, Mischief Toys, our toy company, releases a prompt for a photo. And once a month, we choose a winner.
Is this the Gassel cat? Pop and Stock wants to know.
That is our Gassel cat. One of them. We actually have 2.5.
Pop and Stock has, if it's the website, that website's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yep.
It is amazing.
What a guy.
So, for February, we had a very special prompt that is near and dear to Chris and I's heart. It was music. And we chose one of the music photos because it really spoke to Chris and I. Not only does it have both of our favorite figures with our favorite genres of music, but it also features one of our favorite places in the whole entire world, and that is Hot Topic.
Yeah.
So, this is the winner.
Congratulations.
EB
Eric
Hooks Collects
Hooker.
and Snaps.
My favorite hooker. Yeah, we did meet Drax at AwesomeCon actually many years ago, and Heather explained to the actor how we tracked down a James Gunn Funko Pop.
He asked.
And it was Heather explained the entire story, very similar to the whole kitty cat story that she has told you. And it was, if you're wondering, was it embarrassing? Yeah. It was very embarrassing.
So, not only did he take that photo, but he also took this photo.
What's that photo? Oh, it's them turned around.
Yeah, it's them from the front.
Oh, that's amazing.
But this photo was really, really cool, and we both fell in love with it the moment we saw it. And we were like, I don't want to say that this is the winner yet because we still had like another week or two to go through, but we were like, holy shit, that picture is incredible. So congratulations. We will contact you, make sure your address is still good and everything. And
David Brewer
congrats.
says, what's the half a cat? Heather said you had 2.5 cats.
So the half cat is Ellie. And Ellie is a cat unlike any other cat I've ever met before. She loves us, but she also hates us. She spends half of her time outside and half of her time inside. And I'm trying to convince her to stay inside because I know what the outside did to Fritz. Fritz has FIV, which is an immune disorder, immune disease, I guess, in cats. And he got that from being around and getting in fights with another cat who is FIV positive, and it can cause complications. Luckily, Fritz seems incredibly healthy, even though he is diagnosed with FIV. He also somehow had a bunch of fractured, broken, and missing teeth, and we had to get his remaining teeth pulled. We believe that at one point he broke his leg. And so I hate to see cats outside that just live outside. And this cat, she does not belong to anybody. She is just an outside cat. We've asked on Lost and Found pet pages. We've asked in our neighborhood page. And it's confirmed that she is a stray. And it doesn't shock me because she fucking hates us. She hates everybody. But
She does.
She is a very sweet little kitty cat. And we're trying to get her to warm up, but it's...
Ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll happen.
She doesn't care. She don't like me. She runs from me. So
Yeah.
that's a big problem. Anyway, look, it's been a night.
No, I want to show Ellie.
Look, I got to get up for work tomorrow. I don't
Okay.
have all night.
Well, you should have stopped jabbering.
Thank you, Devin. I did hang in there. It took a
Oh
while.
my God, this is the
took a while.
perfect picture of Ellie.
Yep.
So this is her personality, but it's so funny because this is not what she looks like ever. I just happened to capture her in a very angry way.
It's your fingers. You got to zoom in on her face.
I think it might be too, like, it might not be bright enough.
Right.
Look at that fucking mad cat.
Yeah,
She looks so mad. And you can
she's
see
inside
Fritz
of my
behind her.
home. She's
Yeah.
in my house.
She's definitely
That's a problem.
plotting our
Okay,
demise.
all right.
No,
Look.
I need to show a cuter picture of her.
Look. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for listening to all the things that we had to say in regards to WonderCon. We'll have more WonderCon information and videos and content this upcoming week. We're going to talk about Thrilljoy. We're going to talk about Rokimoto. We're going to talk about all of the things. And then I'd also like to let you guys know that I will be filming at AwesomeCon. So I plan on putting together a mini documentary about our AwesomeCon experience. So if you're not able to go, you will be there with us in spirit along the way. So more information to come about that. So it'll be great. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy all the things. So videos all week. And then probably by the end of the week, we're going to have our AwesomeCon documentary. Okay? It's going to be great. There she is, showing her private parts.
Yes.
Great, Heather. Let's show off the kitty cat porn. So, or prawn. We love you guys so much. Remember, tomorrow, this will be up for sale. This is the brand new piece of artwork from Mischief Toys. This is Mortem with his humongous scythe.
It's
all
called
the souls.
The Soul Horror.
Horror, which I can have a very hard time saying. Go and get yours tomorrow, mischieftoys.com at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Limited.
Don't miss it.
to just 60 pieces for $40. It's 12 inches by 18 inches. Tomorrow, Monday, March 31st.
12 inches by 18 inches. We're also talking about Orlando Bloom. I'm getting his autograph next week.
Monday, March 31st at 12 p.m. Eastern.
How fun. All right. Go and check out MischiefToys.com. Buy some things on the website right now. And we'll have brand new figures this weekend at AwesomeCon. We hope we get to see you guys there. And somebody asked me earlier, will we be live next Sunday? I don't know what's going to happen next Sunday. I can't make any promises. But maybe we'll go live for just a little bit so we can talk to everybody and let you know how the weekend went. More to come very soon. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button here, and the little bell as well. It helps the channel in a very big way. We love you. We'll see you very soon. Be good to each other all week long. And have a happy Monday tomorrow. Mischief Monday. Okay? We love you.
Bye.